Hey guys, last time I came to you from Sydney, Australia. This week I'm in New York City for work, and I knew if I was coming to New York, I definitely had to hit Madame Tussauds. You see, I'm from Utah. There's a great company there called The Void, and they've got an installation here at Madame Tussauds with Ghostbusters. So we're gonna go check out the Ghostbusters virtual reality experience from The Void, and I'll come back after and give you a review. We haven't gotten to the VR area yet, but I've got a ton of other stuff.
Hi there, Hamlet.
This is called crossing extremes and could result in total protonic reversal, which can be very bad. This job can be hazardous, keeping marks like distance between you and other Ghostbusters while on the job. For your safety, be professional. Don't run, or jump, or fly, or swim while on the job, and don't abuse the equipment or each other. Violating these rules can get you instantly terminated and be removed from the experience.
Here's the setup area. Here's everyone getting on their Rapture equipment.
Hey bro, we cannot do this.
Hey guys, I'm in Central Park. It's been a couple of days since I went through The Void at Madame Tussauds. I kind of processed my opinions on it and want to give you a quick review. I'm going to try and be as objective as possible, but I should state I'm a huge fan of The Void. It's a company based out of Utah, and this isn't my first time going through The Void. About a year and a half ago, I convinced them to let me go through their beta experience, which is a totally different experience, but got the chance to go through it and was blown away. And so this is actually my second time going through The Void, but it's my first time going through an official Void experience. For those of you who don't know, the way that The Void works is you put on virtual reality gear. You have they have a proprietary set of equipment that includes a gun, a helmet that they've built called Rapture, or the gear is called Rapture gear, a haptic vest with a computer on the back. So you're completely untethered as you go through a virtual experience. And the virtual experience is mapped onto an actual physical environment. So you see a virtual experience while you're walking through a physical one. So you can touch the walls, you can touch the chairs. It feels like you're going through like elevators and different rooms and all these different things. And it's a really cool experience. Now I don't want to spoil any of the story. It is a Ghostbusters story. Oh, it's starting to rain. Oh, it's kind of nice. You do go through a Ghostbusters adventure as a Ghostbuster. And so you put on the gear, and the second you put on the headset, all of your party members are also all Ghostbusters. So you go through in sets of 4. I was there by myself. So I was put with 3 strangers, and we all had a blast. Now I want to be totally objective and honest about the review, so I'm going to start with the negatives, but there aren't that many. There was a little issue with my gun originally syncing, so at first my gun was out of sync. That really threw me. The helmet, this isn't really a negative, but the helmet is different than the other helmets that you've used before. So it's not one that like cinches tight on your face and around your eyes. It is a visor, so you can flip it up and see the real world, or you can flip it down and you're in the virtual world, which means for someone with a giant face like mine, you can look down and see the real world, which can be good probably for safety, but is just a different experience. And I would say the only other negative, closest thing to a negative, and I feel like a jerk even bringing this up, is when you're interacting with other people, of course they can't really track their legs. So as they're walking, they kind of look like they're shuffling. Not a big deal, all things being equal. Probably the biggest con, or the biggest negative, was myself, because if you're someone like me, you go into an experience like this, and it's hard to just let go and enjoy it. They use a lot of really cool techniques in this, and I was spending the entire time deconstructing and parsing out what was going on so that I understood the experience instead of actually experiencing it. And that's on me. So if in fact, I think I might go back again one of these days just so that I can just enjoy it for the sake of going through it. The party I was with were going nuts. They had the best time in their life, and I think I was spending the entire time being like, I think they're creating this feeling by vibrating the floor while having certain things go on. And, I bet this, I was spending the entire time being a dork. Now for the positive, easily the most immersive virtual reality experience I've had. And I have an HTC Vive. I've done these things before. I've tried HoloLens, I've tried Oculus Rift, I tried the Samsung, I have all sorts of portable ones. This is without a doubt the most immersive virtual reality experience you're ever gonna have. And I think the math is becoming pretty simple, is that a virtual reality experience immersiveness doesn't have to do with resolution, it doesn't have to do with photorealism, it has to do with the number of points of subconscious expectation that are delivered. And what I mean by that is things that happen to you that you didn't know that you were expecting. And the Void does a great job of this. So you go in and you have the obvious things. You have sound, surround sound. You can see everything and it tracks you. You're holding a gun, which is pretty cool. And those are all things that if you have an HTC Vive, you've already experienced, because you can hold the controller like a gun. You can walk around your room. You can hear things in all dimensions. But then you go into some experiences, and again, I don't want to spoil the story, but you go into some experiences where something happens, like let's just say you're looking out on a ledge, hypothetically, and it looks like you're looking out on a ledge, and it sounds like a ledge, and then you feel a breeze, and you didn't know that you were expecting that. You didn't know that little bit of extra, that little additional sensory was an expectation that you didn't know you expected. And the second you have it, it adds way more than a little breeze should. It really pulls you all the way in. The story is pretty cool. The experience is cool. The graphics are cool. The tracking is spot on. They do a couple of really cool techniques making you feel like you're in a very big building. Even though I'm pretty sure you're in like 2 rooms the entire time. You feel like you're scaling and moving and going through an entire multiple floors and multiple experiences. They do a really good job of that. Probably the revelation that hit me the most, no pun intended, was the haptic vest. So you put on a haptic vest, and there are times when they utilize this that really actually freaked me out, that added so much more than I was experiencing. And I don't think I'm like really spoiling anything, but like, it's Ghostbusters, there's ghosts, they go through you. I think that's all I really need to say. And having haptic sensors make that more realistic really takes it to another level, to a level of sheer panic. So I, like 4.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was awesome. I'm really excited about what the guys at the Void are doing. I can't wait. They're going to open up a center in Utah, not far from where I live. And I can't wait to be first in line to experience everything that they do. So this is it for Remixed Reality. Corey Spencer signing out from Central Park. Thanks.